Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. Today, I'm going to be doing my Week 1 college football predictions. College football is back, and it is starting on Thursday night, which is tomorrow. Technically, college football was back on Saturday, but there wasn't a lot of games. Only 2 ranked teams played, and there was only a total of 6 games, which the rest were non-ranked teams. The only 2 ranked teams that played last Saturday were Notre Dame, who were ranked 13, and USC, who are ranked 6. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my predictions for Week 1 of the college football season. I think it's going to be a great year, and I can't wait for college football to get underway and to see everybody play. For this Week 1, it might change, going later into the season when there are some more important games for non-ranked teams versus non-ranked teams. But to start off Week 1, I'm only going to be predicting. Starting Week 1 for Week 1. I'm going to only be predicting games that there is a ranked team, and let's get into it. So, first game is Florida at Utah. And this game is tomorrow, Thursday. There are a decent amount of games Thursday, and Florida and Utah is the only game that includes a ranked team, and Utah is ranked number 14. This game is on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Utah is favored to win this game, but I think this could be a sneaky upset for Florida right here. I think Utah will win, but this is going to be a close game. Cameron Rising, quarterback for Utah, is out in this ball game. And I don't know who's going to be making the start for Utah, but all I know is their starting quarterback is out, who's actually a really, really solid quarterback. And Florida was solid last year. Weren't great, but they were solid. Honestly, I could see Florida maybe pulling off a potential upset here. I don't know if it happens. I think Utah pulls out the win. I'm going to go with Utah winning by either 3 or 4 points in this ball game, but Florida makes this game a little tough for Utah without their starting quarterback. All right, getting into Saturday's games, you got all the ranked teams. I mean, there's one game on Sunday for ranked teams, but that is it. Well, actually, on Sunday there are 3 ranked teams that play on Sunday, actually, and we'll go over that once we get to Sunday slates of games. But starting with Saturday slates of games with the ranked teams. So here we go. You have Michigan, number 2 Michigan, facing off against East Carolina. I like East Carolina; they're a solid team, but it's not a good start for East Carolina. This game's at 11. This game is at 11 a.m. on Peacock, and I will go ahead and say Michigan's going to have their way in this ball game. I would say Michigan's probably going to win by the area of 21 to 35 points in any area of that margin. Michigan's gonna have some fun to start the season. I don't know. I mean, it might be interesting to see how they do without their head coach Harbaugh, but we'll see. All right, next game, Virginia at Tennessee. I don't know how Tennessee looks this year. I know Hendon Hooker, their quarterback, got drafted to the Detroit Lions. I don't know who their current starting quarterback, but they're still ranked number 12. This game's on ABC at 11 a.m. Should be interesting to see how Tennessee does in this ball game. But I mean, I think Tennessee's going to win. I don't know about. I'm going to go 10. I'm going to take Tennessee by 10 in this ball game. I think Tennessee wins by in the area of 8 to 10 points. But yeah. All right, and then getting into the next game, this is a big game. This is honestly, besides my Texas Longhorns playing this week, this is the game I'm most excited to watch. It's Colorado at TCU. TCU, who were, made it to the national championship last year, lost 65-7. How do they rebound? How do they bounce back? I mean, not only that, but they're ranked number 17 after going to the national championship. I mean, since I've been watching college football, I've never seen a team make it to the national championship and have such a bad ranking after, even though they lost, ranked not even in the top 15 after going to the national championship, even though they lost really badly. But I think another reason why they're ranked so badly is not only because they lost 65-7 in the national championship game, but it's also because they've lost so many players to the NFL draft last year. They lost quarterback Max Duggan to the Los Angeles Chargers. In the first round, they lost starting star wide receiver Quentin Johnson to the Los Angeles Chargers as well. They lost running back Kondre Miller to the New Orleans Saints in the third round. And then in the fourth round, they lost defensive tackle Dylan Horton to the Houston Texans, who are my favorite team. So, and then they might actually, I think they lost a couple other players in the draft too. I just can't remember any of the other players that were drafted from TCU. So they've lost a lot of players that were great for them last season to the draft. But getting into my prediction, I'm going to go ahead and say Colorado wins this game and pulls off an upset against TCU. I have Colorado winning this game by 6 or 7 points. I think it's going to be a one-scoring possession game. By the way, this game's on Fox. I think Colorado wins this game. Deion Sanders' first game. That's another why this game's going to be so exciting. Deion Sanders' first game as the head coach of Colorado. And this win for Colorado with Deion's first game as the head coach for Colorado, college football has hyped back up again, and it really hasn't been in years. And honestly, I would have thought maybe they would have been ranked in the top, 25. I thought maybe they could be, slide into the top 25 at like 25 or 24. I mean, you see Iowa at 24. But no, they didn't, which honestly, they haven't been good in years. So at the same time, it makes sense. But honestly, if Colorado wins this game against TCU, which I think they will, I really do think Colorado will jump into the top 25 with a win over TCU. Then staying into the Big 12, you have number 20 Oklahoma playing on ESPN against Arkansas State. I think Oklahoma's going to kick some butt in this ballgame. Don't like Oklahoma as a Longhorns fan, but Arkansas State is not good, so I think Oklahoma's going to win. I think Oklahoma's going to win by 17 to 20 points in this ball game, and Oklahoma is going to have a good start to the season, ranked number 20. Then you have on FS1, ranked 25 Iowa against Utah State. I think I want to go. This one's on FS1, by the way. I want to go with Utah State getting the upset, but I'm going to go with Iowa winning this ball game. I think it's a close game. I'm going to go with Iowa winning this ball game by 2 points and barely beating Utah State. But honestly, at the same time, I can see Iowa just crushing Utah State in this ball game as well. Next, you have number 22 Ole Miss playing Mercer, who actually played last Saturday, and they are 1-0. This game's at 1 o'clock. It's on ESPN Plus and also on SEC Network Plus. I think Ole Miss is going to have their way in this ball game to start off the season. They're ranked number 22, by the way, and I think Ole Miss will win this game by 13 points. Then you have actually no, never mind. I think Ole Miss will win by more than that. I think Ole Miss will win by 16 to 19 points in this ball game. Then you have Oregon, number 15. This game is at 2 o'clock, and they play Portland State on the Pac-12 network. I think Oregon will beat the crap out of Portland State and win by in the area of 20 to 25 points. I think Oregon will have a great start to the season. They had a good team last year. Some players, well-known players, got drafted by them. Got drafted in the NFL draft. But I think Oregon will still have a really good season this year. And then you got Ohio State. Ohio State's going to be an interesting team to watch. No C.J. Stroud anymore. No Jackson Smith-Jigba. How do they do this season? I think they'll be just fine, but I'm going to have Ohio State winning this ball game against Indiana, which is at 2:30 on CBS by 24 points against Indiana. They might be favored to win a little bit more, but we'll see what happens for Ohio State. Then Washington plays Boise State on ABC, 2:30. I think Washington, which they're ranked number 10, and I didn't say Ohio State's ranked number 3, by the way. Texas, sorry, I forgot I hadn't make the Washington prediction yet. Number 10 Washington on ABC at 2:30. I think Washington's going to win this game, won by big. I think Washington's going to win this ball game by 18 points and beat Boise State. I really like Washington. I think they're going to be a good team this year. They're going to be exciting to watch. Then on Fox, you have at 2:30, you have number 11 Texas, my favorite team, against Rice. Rice is not a good team at all. I think Texas will have their way, and I think Texas will win this ball game by, I'm going to go with 26 points. All right. and Texas is ranked number 11, by the way. Northern Dame playing their second game of the season, playing Tennessee State last week. They won by 28 points. Navy's a way better team than Tennessee State. I really liked what I saw from their quarterback last week as well. I think Northern Dame gets another big win this week, winning by 29 points against Tennessee State. That game is at 2:30 on NBC. And then Northern Dame's also ranked number 13, by the way. And then at 2:30 on FS1, you have number 19, Wisconsin against Buffalo. I think Wisconsin's going to win this game by 15 points against Buffalo on FS1. I could see them winning by more, though. Then you have UT Martin at the reigning champions Georgia Bulldogs at 5 o'clock on ESPN Plus at SEC Network. I have Georgia winning this ball game by 3 points. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have them winning by 3 points. I have them winning by 3 and then another 0 next to the 3. I have Georgia winning this game by 30 plus. I think they're going to win this ball game in the area of 30 to 32 points. I've never heard of UT Martin until I saw them next to Georgia. Georgia's going to have a field day. It's going to be interesting to see how the new Georgia quarterback does with Stetson Bennett gone. But I think Kirby Smart and Georgia reigning champions, they'll be able to handle it just fine. I think Georgia's going to win big in this ball game in the area of 29 to 32 points. Then Nevada faces USC. I think Caleb Williams is winning. I think Caleb Williams is going to win Heisman. The Heisman Award again this season, back-to-back years. This is at 5:30 on the Pac-12 network, and I think USC will win by a total of 28 points in this ball game against Nevada. Actually, I'm going to go 27 points, not 28. Then you have Kansas State, number 16, facing off against Southeast Missouri on the Big 12 network and ESPN Plus. I'm going to go with Kansas State winning this ball game by 18 points against Southeast Missouri. But I could see this game being a little bit closer than that. Not much closer, but just a little bit. And then number 23, Texas A&M versus New Mexico in Texas at Texas A&M on ESPN at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M, but I'm gonna say this is gonna be a close game. I have Texas A&M by 3 in this ball game. They when they play teams like this where they're supposed to beat the crap out of like New Mexico, it's always a close game for Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M this will be a close game. Then you have Alabama versus Middle Tennessee. I have no idea who's the starting quarterback for Alabama this season with Bryce Young gone to the Panthers. This game's on SEC Network at 6:30. Alabama's ranked number 4. But yeah, it doesn't matter what quarterbacks for Alabama. Nick Saban and Alabama are going to figure out just like Kirby Smart and Georgia are. I think Alabama's going to win this game by a total of 33 points against Middle Tennessee. Then you have Penn State versus West Virginia. I think Penn State, this game will be a little bit closer than people think. This game's on NBC at 6:30. Penn State is ranked 7. I'm going to go with Penn State winning this ball game by 14 points. I know I said it was going to be close, but honestly, Penn State ranked 7 versus non-ranked West Virginia. Honestly, I think Penn State would probably win by more, but I think West Virginia might keep this game a little bit close. Then a matchup I'm really excited to see is number 21 North Carolina at South Carolina and Spencer Rattler. This game's on ABC at 6:30. I think South Carolina and Spencer Rattler will upset North Carolina, ranked number 21 at home. And I think South Carolina is going to be a sneaky team this season in college football and have a really good season. And then in the Duke's Mayo Classic, you have South Alabama at number 24 Tulane. I don't even know who's South. I never heard of South Alabama before. Just like the team that's playing Georgia. This game's on ESPNU, and I know Tulane's only ranked number 24. But I'm gonna go with Tulane by a good 24 points in this ball game. The reason I said that is I think they'll win by 20 something. And 24 came to my mind when when that's their ranking. Okay, so getting into the last two matchups for ranked teams, or the last three actually, because there's actually a game on Monday as well. There's a Monday nighter. So you have Sunday, you have Oregon State versus San Jose State. I think Oregon State, this game's at CBS at 2:30. I think Oregon State will win this one by, I'm going to go with them winning this game by 17 points and maybe even more as well. I mean, they lost. San Jose State lost last week by 28 points against USC. USC is way better than Oregon State, so I think 18 points is fair. Maybe 15. We'll see. Honestly, I could see it being even closer than 15. And then the game that I think will be definitely the best game of the week, which I'm so excited for. This game's on Sunday. LSU at Florida State. Ranked number. It's week 1, and this is the only ranked team versus a ranked team is number 5 LSU versus number 8 Florida State, which is crazy. It's the only matchup that features 2 ranked teams. And that is Sunday night at 6:30 on ABC. And you have LSU facing Florida State. I'm going with LSU winning on the road. I think this is going to be a really close game. I think LSU will win on the road by 5 points and beat Florida State, knock them off at home, and that will be a tough way to start Florida. That would be a tough way for Florida State to start the season. But at the same time, they are playing ranked number 5 LSU. And if I didn't already say that game is on ABC. And then one game on Monday night, September 4th, that's Clemson, number 9 Clemson at Duke. I think Clemson will win this ball game by 22 points. This game's on ESPN at 7 o'clock. I think Clemson wins by 22 against Duke. So yeah, that's it for my week 1 predictions for college football. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts and give me your predictions. Peace out.